Yeah, good. We're on. We're on, boys. We're on.
Do you want a flake or a spoon?
Yeah, no.
Oh dear, yeah.
And then,
Nice.
so West Bromwich Albion supporter has got
Some attention.
an old.
That looks like an original as well. Am I right?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, because the club are doing new.
Yeah. It's not.
New,
It's
like,
not.
newer, old
It's not.
versions.
Oh no.
What's that?
Oh no. Is that
So
fine?
the next round is on you.
No, hang on. Does it count though? Suspected spam.
Fuck. It's the fact of the matter is we've just started recording. It's recording. Your phone's gone off. Next round's on you.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take the fine. I'll take it.
All right. Right, lads, welcome to yet another Albion Hour. We are still in the Fox. We haven't been chucked out of here yet.
We have not.
We're
We're on a
this
good
is week
run.
5, mate. Week 5 in the
this is.
Fox.
I think they've forgotten that we're
got
here.
rid of us. Yeah, yeah. Just shove them upstairs in the top room, and we'll forget about them. And then we did have Justin was here last week, but he was over there. Now he's here.
It's been upgraded.
Upgraded. Yeah, so we can fit him in. Yeah, I've got a pint of Coors ice cream.
Kind of something questionable. Yes, very questionable indeed.
Good head.
It still tastes good. I do like good head.
Continuing that thing from last week.
Yeah, poor lad. I thought he did really well, but
He was good.
he did
George.
say he can't commit. But I did ask him if he could. I did say he's welcome back any time, but we had a good time.
Are you happy Crawley survived?
Crawley
Just about.
survived. That's might be why he's not here. Maybe he can't commit to being here because he's still pissed from celebrating Crawley.
He's got a banning order for celebrating on the pitch.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I doubt. Probably. I don't think his mum
very-
would have let him on the pitch.
He was pessimistic, wasn't he? He was very pessimistic about the chances last week, and they survived.
Yeah.
By their fingernails. So
I think at one stage it was about 6 teams within a point of
yeah,
the non-league.
Yeah,
it was.
A
yeah,
point away from a Crawley-Worthing derby.
yeah. Well, as far as results goes, Ipswich secured their top flight position.
They did.
We still don't know out of West Ham and Spurs who's going down yet, but obviously we already knew that the other two were going down.
Yep. But top 3 form teams in the Premier League are Forest, West Ham and Spurs, something similar to that, isn't it?
It's
bizarre,
It's up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And West Ham have got Arsenal.
They've got Arsenal the weekend.
I was listening on TalkSport, and I was this morning. I was absolutely shocked at the amount of Spurs fans that would rather West Ham win and decrease the chances of Arsenal winning the league, even if it meant them going down. That's insane. I mean, there was a couple that rang in and they actually got their heads straight, but it was. I was just thinking, I don't think I've hated any team in like that. Not that you would be happy that your team went down.
Yeah, to the detriment of your own team. It's like
bit of arrogance. You think that Spurs think they're good enough to win every game, which
I think the stupidity
could be.
The stupidity of that is that even if West Ham win, it doesn't mean that Arsenal aren't going to lose and they're not going to go down. West Ham could win. Like they're all saying about it's either or. It's not. West Ham could win that game.
Yeah.
Arsenal could still win and Spurs could still go down. So what have you got?
Yeah,
it's an interesting one. I think lots of Arsenal fans are saying, a potential banana skin West Ham, and lots of even Thierry Henry was saying, I'm worried about that game. I think it's one of those games Arsenal turn up and romp home.
Yeah,
West Ham don't look like the team they were 3-4 weeks ago.
I'd have to Google it, but
I agree with you.
I'd
love to see West Ham do something, but I just don't think they've got enough quality. I think Arsenal, they're at that phase of the season now where they're just going to get. It feels like they're going to get it over the line, doesn't it? It feels like they've got too much.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm going to say, their fans are annoying, and they come out with stuff like there was someone that they were interviewing. I don't know whether it was whether it was a pundit, an ex-player, or someone, I can't remember, but it was someone Arsenal related. And this was on TalkSport as well, funny enough. But the same thing they were talking about, and he said that this is, if they win the Champions League and the Premier League, this guy actually had the balls to say that this would be one of the greatest achievements in English football.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
I mean, when I heard that, and I thought to myself, I can probably name 5 off the top of my head that dwarf that achievement.
What was this bloke's name? Piers Morgan?
I can't remember who it was. This probably was. Yeah.
If you're talking about like achievements of winning, I think even West Brom being bottom at Christmas and surviving is a bigger achievement than both that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that as well.
You would say that.
Yeah.
No, if you, I looked at the list yesterday of, I didn't watch a lot of the Arsenal Atletico game, but obviously Atletico are a decent side, and they snuck past them. It wasn't didn't exactly run past them, did they? And they're a really good side. But if you look at the sides they played prior to that in the Champions League, it looks like a list of Europa League games. To be honest, they haven't really played top teams. Atletico arguably get it, and they narrowly won. Are they going to beat PSG?
You know what? I'm confused at this point in my life. I think I need a break, and I need to take stock, because this year so far I've wanted Man City to win the Premier League.
Never thought you'd say that.
Never thought I'd say that. I've wanted a German team to win the Champions League, which is unfortunately is not going to happen. The only reason I wanted the German team to win is because I want this. Obviously, Harry Kane is the striker, and I want him to come into the World Cup firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely.
So I'm not doing. I've got to start taking stock of my life, and I'm sat here wearing
the white, blue and white stripes for a change.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's the wrong blue. But
bit of a retro shirt. Hopefully there's a little throwback next year.
I was late.
25-year anniversary. So maybe we'll have.
I was late.
They're going to go heavy on the merch for that.
Yeah,
I mean, we are getting everything.
Are we going to get a shirt with
everything?
I hope it's a good shirt, because the Premier League, well, not the Premier League era as such, but the Nike era, standard templates, and you can go and buy them as a standard knockoff shirt with a logo slapped on. And
I like the fact that I like the fact that Brighton's away kits are something a little bit different. I like the colours. I love the sort of kickback to the colours of the seafront in the blue and all of that sort of stuff.
The Hyper Turk was one of my favourites.
Yeah, I really like that kit. I really like the training kit. I've got when I take my son to the games, I do wear a shirt, but I don't wear one of these shirts. But I'll wear like a training top or stuff like that.
Yeah. Training kit's better looking than the actual shirt. Yeah. But the purple shirt this year, I don't think we've won a game in it. We've worn it 3 times.
No, I'm not keen on it. Wasn't keen on it when they released it.
I liked it because it was something different.
Yeah.
Because
I like
the generic. It's still, again, it's a template.
It's a third kit. You might, you think of it, but I don't know why they changed from the turquoise. That was a fantastic.
It was a great shirt.
Yeah,
really
it was
good.
Good.
Yeah, I really like that. But yeah. So back to. I think the fact that I've realised today, I sat there in the van and I was listening to these Spurs and these things, and they're saying about this, and I was just thinking, I'm pretty, I'm a pretty, I wouldn't say hardcore fan. Like, I don't go to the games because I don't live anywhere near the place, but as far as a football fan, as far as a football fan, I'm a massive football fan. I fucking love football. Like, when I first met my missus, which Soccer AM used to be on from 9 till 12.
Oh yeah.
And then it went from
the
10
glory
till 12.
Days. The glory days.
Glory days.
Love
9 till 12. Yeah.
Get away a lot more.
Yeah. And my missus used to like trying to ask me as if I was going to do stuff, and it was straight away. It was like, we're going to have a relationship. You've got to understand that Saturday's football.
I am unavailable between these hours.
Yeah,
on a Saturday.
And this was like West Brom. The bits weren't matter because you never got those games on Sky anyway, like very rarely.
Yeah.
And then when we were in the Premier League, you might get like one or two, like if they were playing United or Chelsea at the time or whoever.
Yeah.
So you might get a few games on TV a year, but not really. And they were normally like Monday Night Football or something.
And now full circle, there's way too many, which fucks all the fans over as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem now.
But I think with Arsenal, I really don't care now because I think to the fact that they play awful football that nobody likes, it's boring as fuck to watch. Like literally, my son watches every game going. If you can watch any team play anywhere in the world, then he'll watch it if he can get it on TV. And yet, Arsenal game, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to bother that. It's boring." Like he literally thinks it's boring.
Really. Yeah.
And it's a World Cup year, so Arsenal, you can go and win the double now. You can win the Champions League and you can win the Premier League. Because in a month and a half's time, everyone has forgotten you've done that anyway. No one's going to give a fuck apart from you lot.
We might have a new virus with an asterisk on it anyway.
Exactly. You'll have won 2 trophies that should be the greatest trophy wins of the season, and no one's going to give a shit.
Consigned to the history.
And you deserve it. Not the team. I don't think the team and the manager and the club. But the fans, you all deserve everybody not to give a shit that you won it, because of the way you are. And you only got to listen to Talk Sport or any football phoning show, and when it's an Arsenal fan phoning in, you just go,
Yeah.
Are they on the same planet?
Yeah, like you said, Arsenal have had that easy run as such. Yes, you only beat what's in front of you, but it's a one-off game against PSG, and I think on any given day over 2 legs, PSG absolutely just clear them out.
Yeah.
But you know Arsenal will turn that football spectacle into an absolute
boring shit show.
Yeah, they will.
Absolutely.
Arteta will be dummying the ball out for throw-ins from minute 1. You know, Gabriel will be throwing himself on the floor. But it could be a good game. There's 2 good sides, let's be honest. But we suspect that Arsenal may turn up with some anti-football and spoil the party somewhat.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it.
I don't know when it is. I haven't looked specifically at when the game is, but I probably will watch it. I probably will.
It doesn't excite me. The most I'll do is I'll check my phone and I'll go, and then I'll put it down. It's 0-0 still. Yeah. 98, so it'd be probably 102 minutes because they've given extra time to make sure that Arsenal can defend another goal attack and then maybe hit them on the break. Because it's just going to be one of those things where they've spent so much time on the floor. The game's going to go on for about 102, 103.
They'll probably have to allow an extra 45 minutes in the schedule to allow for Arsenal's time wasting, just so the advertisers can fit in all the post-match adverts, because that's like prime time, isn't it?
Yeah, something I saw really funny on X during the week, whether it's real or not, who knows. Apparently an Arsenal fan said, unlucky lads, I booked my Budapest hotel months ago, screenshotted it, was 120 quid or something, it's now 5 or 6 grand.
Of course.
Left his booking reference number on it. So a Spurs fan has emailed the hotel cancelling his booking. Whether that's true or not, if it is, brilliant.
That's a genius. Please, if anyone out there let's find out if it's true. It would be great.
Brilliant if it was true.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that the whole Arsenal, I want a French team to win. Now this is getting crazier and crazier. First I wanted Germans to win something, now I want the French to win stuff. But the fact of the matter is Arsenal will probably pull it out of the bag. It'll be a boring 1-0 win in the 98th minute of extra time, and it'll just be one of those. Right?
Gabriel header from the corner.
Scrappy off his arse.
There'll be 5 Arsenal players in the box, like doing WWF, and but the ref won't see any of it.
and then there'll be, and then just as they're about, so PSG will be about to take a corner, and there'll be 8 Arsenal players warming up, just literally like centimetres away around him. I'll just keep warming up near you. I'll warm up near you. Let's warm up a bit of it. Go and warm up over there, lads, and put them off taking their corners.
It nearly wasn't PSG last night. Something in football that I thought that I knew a lot of the rules, but the incident where a PSG defender kicked the ball away, clearance, struck the arm of another PSG defender, but apparently the rule is it can't be your own team that can kick the ball into a hand to cause a handball for a penalty. Had that have been an Arsenal player kicking that would have been given a penalty.
It's definitely.
But because it's a defender, apparently the laws of the game are it can't be given as a penalty. And that's why it wasn't. His hand was out there.
Because I saw the
game before where
clear handball,
where the ball just bounced off his thigh and hit his hand, and they gave that as handball. It's like,
but because it came from his own player, apparently
that's the reason that they didn't give it.
So in that case, then, if anyone defends a corner, if Dunk just kicks it and someone catches it, it's fine, is it? That's how it works.
It's a bit of a dangerous rule, isn't it?
I don't think catching it. I think that's still better. I mean, if you kind of if it bounce and you sort of
swat it away, it's fine.
Read it into the goal. I don't think that's.
Yeah, he kicked it. It's come off the defender. What are you talking about?
I mean, there's the other thing that I think they were trying to do, but now that's stopped, is that they were going to do, I think it was ITV or someone during the World Cup, they were trying to get it so that they can do split screen advertising. So during the game,
they did it in a rugby, didn't they, recently? I think someone kicked off about
kicked off.
It's Americanized, isn't it? Of course,
it's Americanized. It's in America. It's split, so you'll be watching the game. It'll split into 2 things. You can still watch it there, but there's an advert there.
We've plenty of time for that in the Arsenal game. They'll trial it maybe.
I'll put this out there now. I'll put this out there now. I mean, that actually during the Arsenal game, I wouldn't care if that happened. You wouldn't miss anything anyway.
Made the game better.
So, but I'll put this out there now. I'm going to. In fact, I'll say I'm going to start a campaign. I'm quite lazy, and just sitting here saying it is the most I'm going to do. But my campaign now is going to be that anybody that advertises on that stage where they split the screen, I'm going to boycott that company. So whatever it is.
Now this adds a whole new dimension to this.
So anyone that wants it. So if we could get something rolling through social media to say that this is bullshit, we don't want it. If it happens, which I've heard it may happen, but if it does happen and it goes to split screen, any company that advertises on that split screen that ruins our English football viewing and the way that we did it.
Is immediately
we made the fucking sport. We came up with the sport.
So you better change your beer.
I guarantee you they're going to be on there, mate. I guarantee you.
Yeah, well then I'll stop drinking it. I don't really want to drink it anyway. It's only because it's cheap and it's piss water, and I want to drive home.
There goes the core sponsorship.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I want to drive home and look. No, that's a good advertisement. Look, for anybody out there that wants to go and have a couple of pints, not be over the limit. But needs, maybe you've got sort of like a bit of a stomach bug or something and they need to piss it all out. Cause is perfect for that. It's like
and now we're advertising during the podcast. What have you done, John?
It's like an alcoholic medicine.
I feel like there's some double standards.
It'll flush you out. Don't worry about it. But it's cheap piss. So
there you go.
Let's get back to the football. The PSG Bayern Munich game was a brilliant game to watch last night. And obviously, speaking of the World Cup, Harry Kane's finished last night. Something else again.
Yeah.
I mean, that man is in form.
If he's fit, because last tournament he wasn't fit, was he?
But he looks
you could see
it, mate.
He's looking
going to have a bit of time off now.
We need him.
He's at the end of the German league's pretty much done now.
It's done now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got. He's
wrap him up in cotton wool.
Wrap him up in cotton wool.
I bet he's in a beer cellar right now with a pair of lederhosen on, absolutely smashing Steiners.
Stroke his forehead, just lay him down, wrap a blanket around him, stroke his forehead till he falls asleep, and then kiss him gently on his nose every night until the World Cup. That's what I
And
do.
during it.
And
during it.
Yeah.
But who's the backup?
Oh, if anyone wants to do that to me, I will accept those terms.
More advertising.
No, he is the main man, isn't he? There is, like I say,
if the German
there isn't one really.
Yeah.
Not anyone that's in the same form. Anywhere near.
If the German doesn't set the whole England team up around him to win this, we will win this World Cup. If he doesn't do that, if we're playing out from the back, boring arse, fucking. If he's got his back to goal, is basically what I'm saying. The whole tournament.
Yes.
Then we might as well just go. Okay.
It's always been the England way, though, isn't it? Because teams sit against us. They've always done it, always will do. We'll have lots of possession, and they'll try and catch us on the counter-attack. Happens every time someone... Yeah. And it's when we come up against the good teams that we a little bit come unstuck because we're not used to that. So
yeah, it's true. When they come and attack us. Yeah.
It's a competition. It's a knockout competition. We've got through to the other bits. We've got one little section of it where we've just got to sort of amble through it and just be the top of that. If we draw one, win a couple, as long as we're at the top of that, we've got a good group. We haven't got a massive hard group.
It will be a challenge. Ghana and no mugs when it comes to good football. Croatia, a good side. I guess they've had a bit an age now.
We can keep them at bay.
Yeah, we're good enough.
We're good enough to keep them at bay. The fact of the matter is, if we come top of that, our group, that's the first thing they've got to just don't run yourself ragged. Just play good football. Keep yourself to the top of that group.
Yeah.
And then anything after that is score more goals than them. This whole I didn't mind the fact that Southgate was and it's a bit boring football and everyone fucking moaned about it, but he got us through to 2 finals. I just wish that at that point in the semi-final, the final, that he said to the lads, just fucking go out there and show us what you can do, because we see it every week in the Premier League. We see it every week in the
they seem to be playing within themselves in those finals a little bit.
In La Liga, we've got players at the moment that are playing all over the world that are
it's always that first early goal, isn't it? And that very much mindset of let's sit back, defend it. And I always get it's just pressure in football, isn't it? It's pressure in football. Brighton do the same.
Brighton do the same thing. 2-1 up, and then all of a sudden it's like defend.
Yeah.
Like I get that you've got to defend a bit, but kill the teams off. Where's your killer spirit? And I hate to say this.
But it's playing to your strengths, isn't it?
It's why
as well.
It is why sorry, so I'm going to say it. So I'm going to find it hard to say this, but I am going to say it. So the reason why Palace always just kind of maybe sneak it off you, they like below you the whole entire season, and then they'll just sneak that one place above you at the end of the season, or they'll sneak that win, or they'll sneak that. The reason is because they kill teams off. They're not afraid to just go and put themselves out there and battle and kill teams off. Brighton, I'm afraid, seem a bit nicey about it, and they sort of like, we
make it difficult for ourselves.
You've got
2-0. If you've got 2-0, if you're 2-0 up, it's the 80th minute. Yeah, okay, I get it. Defend, right? And then you might hit them on the break. They might get a goal back. You might get a goal on the break.
Yeah.
There's a risk there, but 50th minute, and you all of a sudden like you're already like in that defensive thing, that it just takes the game away from Brighton when they like they did it to. I know that Arsenal were the tactics that they used were a disgrace against
they were
Brighton, but I will say this: they were getting run over. Up until about
we took the game
the 40th minute,
and they started a huge difference this year, and it feels like I think us going on scoring so many late goals and the most goals with substitutes. It feels like we've got that with us now. So I'm a little bit more confident when we go 1-0 up or 2-0 up towards the end of the game this season.
I agree. And when you look at the strength of the benches that we're putting out as well, you think we've got. I know sometimes there's criticism he doesn't use the subs at necessarily the right times. I was kind of screaming at the touchline on Saturday, because I thought, we're losing here. We need, make the subs a little bit quicker. And he doesn't always make them quick enough. But there is the quality on the bench to affect the game and affect any game, which is something that we didn't always have, certainly not last season.
And John just said what was the problem on Saturday, and we were briefly discussing this just before. And ironically, we spoke about it last week. You said about Verbruggen being that important figure, and we can't lose him. Yeah, it was one of those games for him. Genuinely one of those games. Keepers always make mistakes, but with the goalkeeper, you make mistakes. It's talked about because that leads to goals.
Absolutely.
I was 2 errors.
He was at fault for both the goals.
2 errors.
The first 2 goals. For sure.
I was gobsmacked. The first goal,
probably the last one, I'd argue as well.
The first goal, I thought, what? It was one of those things where you kind of. Did he just run out of the box and try and karate kick someone, miss them, and then turn back and there's a goal? And
it was a horrible attempt at change. I mean, I know he slipped, but I mean that's always going to be.
Why are you running? He's not. Even if he crosses the ball in at that point, he's going nowhere. No. So you can just. He's going to cross the ball in.
I had a double
stay out. Let the defender run through.
I thought someone had run on the pitch and a steward was chasing them. I was like, that's not. What's he doing?
Wait, he's in orange there.
It's orange.
Oh no, it's our goalkeeper.
What's he doing? Slipped.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a goalkeeper.
Oh yeah. It's that one that's doing it like crazy Street Fighter style. Like across the.
It was almost like an ant and deck in your ear. Now go out and chop him down.
Yeah,
it football's fine margins, right? I think we had a couple of good chances. Belaber's shot from 30, 40 yards is an inch lower. That's 1-0.
It was dipping as well. That was so much swerve on the ball. We were
similar to the West Ham goal.
I would say we were right behind it. We were about 30, 40 feet above it. But it was coming our way.
Started at your level.
you hit the woodwork twice.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's one of those things that I don't think the performance was awful. And it's individual errors. A mistake, but the goalkeeper always going to get punished for the mistakes.
Absolutely. And to do that all in one game, look, he's done it all. He's had all of his.
It's one game. It's one game. And then
I still think
the following day, I think I sent a message to you guys. Carl Rushworth then won every single commentary award, everything. Players player, young player, players player.
It was quite timely. That I was like,
interesting. But again, who knows? I think it's one game. A mistake.
Well, let's see what he's like. Yeah. Look, if you loan him back out next year, that's a year in the Premier League. Let's see what he's like at the end of that.
Well, I think it for me it depends. It entirely hinges on Verbruggen's future, and that whether and that comes because the club are in no desperate need or rush to sell him. It's if the right offer comes in, isn't it? If the right offer comes in and it's the right thing for the player and the club, then he'll leave, and that opens the door for Rushworth. So I feel like they won't. The club won't rush a decision on this. No. They'll wait and see what happens. They'll wait and see. And the thing is, Rushworth will be well aware of that as well because they're good at communicating with players.
He's young. I'd be happy for him to spend another year out in the Premier League with a lower team and see what he can come up with.
Yeah, I think goalkeepers are young, aren't they? They don't come into their prime. They play much longer.
They do, yeah.
But we've also got obviously Beadle, who I imagine will probably go again on another loan to a Championship side, but maybe one this year that's maybe challenging. Pushing, up there. Maybe one that maybe loses in the playoffs, for example, that's fitting to our similar style. So you'd like to think someone like Southampton don't make it, for example. They've got a good goalkeeper on loan. Maybe won't stay because he's at Bayern Munich. But
progression.
Palmer went to Ipswich when they were in the Premier League, and he's come back and he's done a great job for them this year. And that
he got injured and Walton took over.
And so that was sad for West Brom to lose him, but and the I can't remember his name now. The keeper that they brought in along afterwards was it took a while for him to young keeper again, but it took a while for him to get going, but. He turned out at the end of it, everyone was, cussing him at the start of the season, but it turned out he was actually a pretty good goalkeeper. He saved us a few times. There is Price is supposed to be one of our players, supposed to be going to maybe Everton next year.
I mean,
21 mil.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, good for us. Yeah, that's what it is. But he's a young player. But
if it's money that gets reinvested in the squad, then then great. It's got to be reinvested the right way, hasn't it, to make it count.
Speaking of kind of the investment, Sheffield Wednesday have now officially been taken over, and they've got rid of their points deduction for next year, which is good to see.
Did you see the way they announced that?
Yeah, brilliant announcement.
No, I haven't seen that.
Got it on the big scoreboard, and the new owner came out and sort of on the pitch, and it was like points deduction for next year -15, and just counted down to like -14, 13, 12. Everyone started cheering. It was like, blimey, only -12, and then it just kept ticking down all the way to like 5, and everyone's like, yeah, big cheer, and just kept going to 0, and then the place erupted. It was like,
that's cool.
Goosebumps.
It was a really,
why would they get
cool way to do it
against you guys?
Why did they get such a big points deduction in the first place? What was that all about?
It's been in administration for too long, too many quarters as such, and it's a points deduction each time.
Yeah.
It was just a shit show from Chancery, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad they've got their club back.
It was terrible, yeah, and it's brilliant that we were talking. We saw a Sheffield Wednesday fan at King's Cross actually when we were about to get the train to Newcastle, and he was getting the train up to Sheffield. He sounded very much Yorkshire, but was obviously living down south, and he was on his way up to the game. And they're proper fans, and what bugs me about the point, I know you have to have sanctions and you have to have points deductions, but we were chatting to it about it on the train up to Newcastle, and the people that it really impacts, it really hurts the most, are the fans.
Yeah.
And the fans have done nothing wrong. They've done nothing. And
there's something about football that you don't really see in any other sports because of the fierce rivalries. Well, there may be, but I mean, I don't follow them, so I wouldn't know. But if there is, tell me. But there's something about it. You can have the fiercest rivals. Like if there's something like Sheffield United, I've seen so many posts from Sheffield United fans, just saying like it's not right. We don't want this.
Yeah.
When. We and it can be anything. It can be literally. It can be Brighton and Palace fans just fucking going at each other. Police barriers. You can't get near each other. And everyone's giving it. And then someone will put on social media about like when it be a young fan dying or something. And the whole stadium will go quiet on that. Yeah. And it's something about.
It's universal.
Yeah,
you don't want to see anything go wrong with people because you think it could.
Yeah,
people
know
what
you don't want it. You want those rivalries is what it's all about, and you don't want these people these clubs to go through this and then not get there'd be no way back for them.
No,
so that's something I think about football that a lot of people don't really get. They say, just kicking a ball about, you just don't even do it.
Yeah, no, there's a wider community in a football family. I agree that they get behind each other, and when in those times of trouble. For me, like I said before, there can't be impunity. There has to be sanctions and measures to make sure the clubs are run the right way. But for me, the framework of how that's governed is mainly responsible. How is a guy that is going to run the club into the ground? Because the warning signs were there for 2 or 3 years before. He was getting them to renew. At one point, I was talking to a Wednesday fan about this a couple of years ago, and he was saying that they were asked to renew their season tickets by December, and it was cash only. Like, come on, guys! Are the warning bells not fucking ding-dinging here? You've got to renew in December, and it's cash only. You think they might have a problem?
Yeah.
So the governing bodies need to do more for these clubs, because it was let to go on for too long. Look where it got them.
Thankfully Wrexham have pulled themselves back up, and they've had a good investment and good ownership now. But look at them. Their owners a while back were selling parts of the stadium off underneath them, and that's why they ended up having this, fan basically like community thing that they couldn't sell the club.
Yeah, you don't want to see any football club.
Part of them being giving it the go ahead.
Yeah. You don't want to see any football club go out of business. And like you say, there are fans of whatever club you support. You're a fan of that club. That whether that's kind of you've inherited it from grandparents, parents, whether it's just you're in the area.
Yeah,
you don't want to ever see a club go down or under.
I'm
take away that livelihood of someone.
So excited next year, and it's not because I think we're going to be any good, or I don't think that we're going to we've got massive investment, and all of a sudden we can spend loads of money on. Do you know why I'm really, really excited about next year? Because Wolves are in the fucking Championship.
Oh yeah, of course.
We're getting to play Wolves.
And you got them on Saturday as well, so you can warm yourself up for that.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it. You go Saturday. Right?
Yeah, I'm going Saturday.
Yeah. Of course,
I'm going Saturday.
Do we need to let the stewards know?
The last time they came down, and we did it was the last home game against Wolves, and we did the podcast afterwards, and you were saying there was people around because they kept chanting "fuck the Albion," and we were thinking, why do they hate us so much? And I said, that's not the reason. It's because one of our chants is "really Albion, really Albion, really Albion."
So they all go "fuck the
Albion." Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So my chants, what I sing, it's totally out of key with what every other Brighton fan in the stadium is singing.
John's on his own.
I'm almost like a soul voice who's proper giving it. But we were the opposite end of the pitch, the opposite end of the stadium.
Oh, you're next to them.
I'm next to them.
Oh God!
I'm separated.
I have the baggy shirt out.
I am separated. I am. Trust me, I am separated by a few disabled people and then a couple of rowdy lads on the sides there, right where the banner goes up,
and a semi-retired steward called Nigel.
I reckon none of them are going to get in my way.
Checking the headlines already on
yeah. But
so if you're not on the podcast next week, we know why.
I am going to be. I'm hoping. I'm just hoping and praying that. I'm going to try and sneak a speaker in, and I'm going to play the. Where's Rob?
Can you not still request half-time songs anymore? When you used to do that, you request songs.
Yeah,
that's come through from thousands of people.
I'm really disappointed. My a cousin, they are, but I have to plug. So Tom, he's Wolves supporter, and we give each other a bit of shit every now and then, but it's all in good fun. And Numero Uno, which used to be the nickname for my mum because she was like the one everyone, she was the important one in the family apparently. Well, she's
the matriarch.
No, she's just everyone give her everything and did everything for her.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah. But now the favourite, I guess. But now Rebecca's the numero uno because she's the only girl out of the four grandchildren. So I've had to take. But then I did give them their first great grandchild. So I would always hold that.
So you're up there.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Good level.
Tom was way behind. He was the youngest one. So he's not even in the running for this. And my brother is useless. So it's totally out of me and Rebecca who numero uno is. But I've got to give it to her.
That's very gracious.
Yeah.
Wolves on paper should be a win, which would really put us up there, for the fight for Europe.
I know.
It is pretty close still. It's a shame that Tom's not here tonight because I think there was going to, if Chelsea lose without scoring, 0-0-7, 007 is back. Yeah. 7 defeats, no goals scored. So
hope so.
They're completely out of form. So
a bit of stick.
I'm loving the Chelsea. The little Chelsea rivalry thing. It's not a big rivalry, but there's a little Chelsea thing that bubbles away.
Building a little bit now.
Because now the last, I would say probably the last 3 seasons, Chelsea matches at the Amex have been buzzing.
It gets the crowd.
Really, the atmosphere is absolutely boiling. Fantastic.
And you could see
without the violent nonsense.
But it's just everyone's up for it. You can feel the energy.
Yeah.
And there's that slight bit of vitriol in it, with the ex-players there, getting booed, and you could see it really affected them this time. It's particularly Sanchez.
I was going to say,
it really affected him.
That Chelsea game, you're always up for it because I just want to beat them because you can take everything. You can't take our soul.
It was when Cucurella got.
It's a significant game now for us. It really is.
Not last year, last season before. I would say it was probably 2 seasons ago. But do you remember when Cucurella got subbed off partway through the second half, and he went to walk across the pitch, and the referee went no
over there
because he was the other side of the pitch. And the referee was no, you're not walking all over the pitch. Just get off. And so he had to walk off. On the east stand.
He's got to go all the way
around the north stand. And I don't think anyone watched the football that was happening on the pitch. There was just 30,000 people just.
You've all got the opportunity, right? I said to myself, I'll probably say it every year to Joe, but I was like, I'm so glad Cucurella's a left back because it means everyone gets a chance to abuse him.
I think the Chelsea game is always, like you said, that fight because we want to beat them because of what's happened recently. We've all taken the players and the background stuff and the manners and everything else. But also, I think the game against Palace is always rubbish because everyone's nervous about conceding that first goal.
They tend to be not classic games.
It's not been a good derby between Brighton and Palace for a long time. From a Brighton point of view, anyway.
You've got to go back to the knockout winner at Selhurst Park. That's the last decent Palace Brighton game. That was 6 years ago.
Games against Chelsea seem to have goals and good goals at that, and end to end. And there's crunching tackles. And this year, Pascal Gross he was just running through. He's like, right, have you. It was all the old players.
Even the losses, man. Even the losses against Chelsea. Even where you go to,
good games,
everyone I've spoken to that goes away and goes to Chelsea. All of them, they always say that the atmosphere is buzzing either stadium.
I agree.
Even at Stamford Bridge, everyone says that when they go there, it's
it's an old stadium where you're close to the pitch. It's one of those ones.
It's a decent away index at Stamford Bridge. It's good. It's all right because you're better in the goal.
Just about. But then you got to see you've got the atmosphere below. It's the only thing is you've got to choose. You've got to choose.
But everyone seems to enjoy the build up and.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, well, we're going to have a break.
Half time.
Someone's phone rang, so
I'm going to the bar. See you when I get back.
These need to be topped up.
Absolutely. We can check on
whose phone? Was it your phone? I don't think your phone rang.
Mine didn't ring, no, definitely
I don't think mine rang.
And it's as a modern professional, it's on silent anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
We can check on the Europa semi-finals as well. It just kicked off.
Oh God, yes.
They've just kicked off.
So watch the adverts, and we'll see you after the break.
See you then.
See you in a bit.
Right, welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed those adverts. We are on for the second half. We've got our glasses. This is what I was talking about. Cause like, what's going on with the head? It's just
It's a meal in a glass.
It's better than the first one.
But anyway, we didn't have to pay for them, so
win-win. Turn your phones off.
Win-win. Second half, so let's get straight into the socials. What you got for us, Steve?
Well, I have a few little tidbits for this week. So the first one I'm going to start off with is a more serious one. It was posted on one of our Facebook sites by a guy called James Collins. So he's been a season ticket holder for over 15 years. He's always felt that Brighton Hove Albion is more than just a club; it's a community, which is something that we touched on earlier in the podcast. Actually, he said on the 7th of February 25, tragically he lost his brother Richard to suicide. Impact on our family has been profound, and the kind of grief that follows is incredibly difficult to put into words. But in his memory, they've established something called the Rainy Day Foundation, which is a charity dedicated to having people access mental health support and therapy. And the simple aim, obviously, as you'd expect, is to prevent other families from going through what they've gone through. And they've written to the club and made the club aware of this. And Paul Barber has donated a signed Brighton Hove Albion shirt, which has got a certificate of authenticity to help them raise funds for this foundation. It's been signed by all the players, which is really cool. And so they're basically raffling this off. They've got a crowdfunding page. So if anybody wants to get involved in that, it doesn't cost very much to get involved. It will go to a brilliant cause. It's the Rainy Day Foundation. So yeah, anyone that can support that, please do.
Let's reach out to them, man. Let's maybe do a special on something like this. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. I watch a lot of UFC and there's a really good English fighter in the UFC called Paddy Pimblett. And he'll go out there and he'll fight and he'll win and he goes to the mic afterwards and everyone's like, normally the fighters are like, I just want to thank God, I want to thank this, I want to thank He doesn't, man. He cries out for people of mental health, like, stop holding back. If you feel that way, talk to somebody, because that's the way to get through it.
Absolutely.
So let's put a shout out now.
Agreed.
Let's try and get hold of these guys.
I
think we'll do a special on it. And
Brian did a whole thing with Samaritans recently. Brilliant advert.
It was a fantastic campaign.
Even before the game.
It was.
How are you, mate? How are you, mate?
There's other people that are out there that are feeling that.
Yeah.
Like, that have similar things going on in their lives, and if we all reach out to each other, we all talk about it.
Checking in on people. There's a lot of football clubs doing some really good things around this at the moment, and the Brighton campaign was superb. And there's other clubs, Swansea and others, that have done a lot around mental health, and because football is that the sort of the mechanism. Everyone's kind of always all right at football, but I like the fact that it breaks down those barriers a little bit in these campaigns and says. Everyone's might say they're all right, but are they really? Are they really all right?
Well, that's the man's thing, isn't it? It's a man's thing to say, like when people ask you, "Are you all right?" And you just go, "Yeah, I'm all right."
I'm fine.
And then really, but obviously there's a time and a place for those things. You ask in front of everyone, they're obviously going to say that. But
of course,
if you can just reach out via text message or something to just say,
spread the awareness.
Spread the awareness, and I think we should do something along the lines of like maybe a round table where we get a few people in and we have a proper discussion about this.
I think that.
I know the Samaritans would be more than happy to come and share some words.
That'd be brilliant.
Advice, but it's definitely something to shout about.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, very good. On to the next.
You're one of your favourite subjects, John. This one. So, is Mikel Arteta was on one of the websites in the week? Is Mikel Arteta the most overrated manager in the Premier League? And this guy has put in his post. He said 700 million spent, and they only score from corners and penalties, and are only going to win the league because Man City have been utterly unreliable, and Liverpool have an Eric Ten Hag clone in charge. The most overrated manager in the league. Pathetic. Any other year, third or fourth. Is what this guy says.
I would agree.
So it's a
I don't think I would agree. I don't think I would agree with the most underrated, overrated coach. But there's been other. I mean, Eric Ten Hag for one. was quite highly rated when he came in, and he was pretty awful. And then so I wouldn't say. I mean, if you go Scottish Premier League, then they had that American that came over for was it Celtic?
Yeah.
What
was his name?
I
can't remember his name.
Exactly, no one remembers it. So in English football, maybe close, but that's the thing. Like, they'd say like, okay, he's taken an Arsenal team that were pretty poor. There was a lot of sort of stuff going on within the team, and he's but that's not. And any Arsenal player that says it's the same team is a lie, because like you just said, he spent nearly $1 billion.
The amount of money that he spent there.
I didn't realise it was that much.
The last decade,
fucking. I mean, look, I'm not being funny, but Man City, they've spent money.
Yeah,
but they've won everything. Chelsea, they've spent money, but they won everything. Man United, they've spent money in the past, but they've won everything.
Yeah.
He's not winning anything.
He's not.
Go back the last 10 years in the Premier League. You like your Cities, your Liverpools, and your Chelsea. So let's go Pep, Mourinho, and Guardiola. Klopp. They've had their own styles and their own identity. Klopp played gegenpress, high pressing football, exciting at times, outscored opponents.
Yes.
Pep's brought in the whole complete football.
Yeah.
Mourinho was very much win 1-0, but win it in a good perform defensively. They've got the Premier League record for the least goals conceded. What's Arteta brought as a style? It's almost anti-football. Yes, it's working, granted.
Yeah, he'll argue to the calculator that it's a winning style if they win it. But it's not memorable. It's not something that we're all going to be lauding, is it?
No.
Whereas you can even the Mourinho style.
Yeah, the fact that at the moment the photograph on our WhatsApp group for the Albion is Arteta crying.
That kind of gives a clue to
what we think of him. But I would agree he's up there. I don't rate him massively. I think his football's boring. I think he's predictable. And I think if it wasn't for this set piece coach that came in, they'd be fifth at best.
Exactly. Was it the Anfield documentary they did, and they followed him behind the scenes? And I thought he's a bit weird then. I think it was the Anfield game, and he made them train with speakers of them singing the songs. He said, because I froze when it ain't that loud.
He does have some weird.
Do you not see that on the train? Yeah, he got speakers on the training ground and started playing "You'll Never Walk Alone" during a training session to prepare them. And I think they got beaten that game anyway.
So it didn't work.
Just looks a bit weird.
Just tell your players to grow up. They're there to play football, not listen to crowd noise.
Should be able to block it out, guys.
What else have we got then?
So I've got one here that is a tweet from, I think it just sums up Chelsea's week, month, general malaise, shall we say. It simply says, when I pass away, I'd like Chelsea to lower me into my grave so they let me down one final time.
Fair play, great tweet.
Very good.
Yeah, very
I
good.
mean, that just says it all, right?
Give it Chelsea though, and they probably missed the hole. So.
They're really playing in someone else's grave.
Oh God. So this isn't really a tweet, but I came across this during my extensive research for the show.
Yeah.
So there were some quotes that I just found online from Gordon Strachan. Now Gordon Strachan's always been a funny guy, right?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But he has got some fucking belters. Honestly, I was just reading through this morning. This guy's fantastic. So this is. I'll just quote a few, but some interviews that he's done. So the journalist said to him, "Gordon, do you think James Beattie deserves to be in the England squad?" To which Strachan replied, "I don't care. I'm Scottish."
Very true.
And another one, when he took over at Southampton, journalist said to him, "Welcome to Southampton Football Club. Do you think you're the right man to turn things around?" Strachan, "No, I was asked if I thought I was the right man for the job, and I said no. I think they should have got George Graham because I'm useless."
I mean, honesty is the best quality.
Then one of my favourite ones, I'll only do one more. When someone asked him, said Gordon, in what areas do you think Middlesbrough were better than you today? Strachan said, "What areas? Mainly that big green one out there."
Gordon Strachan, the once famous interview with him dancing on a car. sort of pissed after a game.
I remember that.
Completely
I remember
straight off the car. We'll have to try and find it, and if we can find it, we'll try and put it on.
Get it on there. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, he's having a good old knees out, and then just gone.
Unless managers like Strachan, he just there's not enough of that these days with managers. Not enough humour. Not enough.
It's the same with them. Anytime you get a player,
they're too spiky.
Yeah, but anytime you get a player or a manager that's got anything going, they're dulled down because you can't say that, you can't do that, you can't act like that. And it's and they're all so heavily involved in advertising, and they've got their own corporate sponsors.
Yeah,
they're too afraid to lose.
They're scared. They're scared of it.
They are media trained. Watching it popped up on social media as the Saka interview on CBS with Thierry Henry, Mika Richards, and Mika Richards said, "Who do you want to play in the final?" He said, "You can't ask me that. I'm going to have to give a media trained answer. You know who we want to play in the final. You know who we want to play." It's like, just
say it.
It's I suppose it's part and parcel of it, and that's a modern game, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
You've
seen it with our own players, and I understand why they do it. But in the recent weeks, obviously the first question on the press lips when they talk to Herzler or whoever might be in front of the cameras after our games. So Europe, do you think? And they've studiously avoided answering that question. So and Welbeck kind of laughed it off last week, and he just went. All I'm going to say is the next game is important.
Of course, we all hope, but we've just got to take one game at a time. And there you go. Just done every training. My media training was TFI Friday. And
that's coming back.
It's come back. It's already on. Yeah. You can go on to
I think it was coming back.
More 4 and you can plug in fucking More 4 now.
That's what I'm watching.
You can go on to More 4 and you can watch. It was at 11. They've put it on late now.
Yeah.
And it's basically exactly the same.
But that's all right. I can watch it on catch up.
And they're showing like best bits and stuff as well. But this is how life has changed. They're putting a show that used to be on at 6 o'clock on at 11 o'clock because they can't put it on at 6 o'clock. But I mean, the word TFI Friday, that was my media training.
Can you imagine though, just a player coming out with no media training, just saying,
who was it about Man United?
Definitely a pen. I've kicked him.
Keegan about Man United. I would love to beat them. I would love it.
I don't like him, so I just boot him.
Love it if they lose.
Imagine that. Do you think it touched your hand? Well, yeah, of course it did, but the rest missed it. You're never going to get that right. But it's usually going, oh no, I don't know. I think it did. I'm not sure. I have to watch it back.
Yeah,
you were there live.
And if you ask the manager, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You're close to getting into Europe. You've got a couple of games left. Do you think you can get the 6 points from these games that will put you in the Europe? Oh, I fucking wish we could. Wouldn't it be awesome? Oh, that's all I think about at night. Like I literally sit there and my wife's like, come on. And we've got kids and we've got dogs and we've got these, and I don't care about any of that. I just want to get into Europe.
I've got a bonus if we do. It's silly, isn't it? And the media training, I get it because, like I say, the brand deals, and you're worried if you say the wrong thing, you're cancelled by everyone, and it's but
it's all a bit polished and a bit samey, isn't it?
I'm not being
dull.
If I did a job where I got paid like £120,000 a week, regardless, like that was my job. I had to go onto a football pitch, and that's what I got. Right now. There would be other things on top of that, like sponsor deals and things like that, right? But if they didn't want me to be me, and I had to be like a toned down crap version of me, in order to get a couple of extra quid off of them, I just wouldn't do it.
No.
There's plenty of companies out there that wouldn't give a shit if you went onto an interview or a podcast and went, no, I was gutted. I wish I'd have taken his fucking kneecaps out.
Roy Keane's interview off, he's taking Inga Haaland. Oh, I need to see it back.
I need to see it back. But there's certain things where, you're interviewed and I just go, oh, I'd love it, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I can't control it, but as part of a team to get into Europe, after the last time we did, and I'd reminisce and I'd say the feeling of being in those games and João Pedro jumping into the crowd. I'd love to be in Europe.
And you can see when certain players are interviewed that were involved in those times, like Gross, for example. He's a little bit more. We're going for it when he's interviewed, because he was there, he experienced it, he knows what it means, and he's been there and done it. And they there's no doubt that team, that squad are desperate to get back into Europe. Yeah. And they know they're so close. I
didn't think I would say it because I thought he was all a bit lazy, to be honest, but I thought he could be a better player than he was, and his attitude was always great. But I do miss João Pedro a little bit. I miss his. We have missed him this season. I think I miss the passion of him on the pitch. I miss the passion of his celebrations.
He was a great player, wasn't he? Just talking about before we move on about.
And he's out of Chelsea for a while, and then came straight back in and made a difference from the off.
So
it shows what a great goal return.
I just want to say the last thing about the modern football. One of the things that obviously having a boy myself, a 6-year-old. That is the modern game of not having the time for the kids. And a couple of examples of this. So, first one was Sunderland away. We went up there, obviously stood there, waited for the players. Got with the coach naturally because he's young. Got there really early. Wait for the players to come in. And he's obviously shouting at them. Absolutely nothing. Headphones in, game mode. I get that game mode, of course. The one player that stood out for me, Luke 09, came up the stairs and he was like, "Hello everyone, hi kids, how you doing?" Everyone else, headphones on, head down. Little acknowledgement, little nod, if not anything. How can you not have time for these fans? Again, it's that fan side.
Is it before or after the match?
I don't. Walking into Wolf
I think it's sad.
You can't tell me that's going to affect.
I do.
No, of course not. Not at all.
I do think it's sad, but before I can give a little bit of leeway to the players before the match, because the older players are probably not that, but the younger players, especially, maybe they need someone to get in the zone, and we probably need to just block all of that out, because it's not everyone that's going to be shouting nice things. For one,
of course,
there's going to be players. There's going to be supporters there from both teams watching players come in. They might be shouting stuff, and then you get a wind of that. Yeah, because we don't know. I mean, it's been done on the pitch, so we know for definite it was off the pitch. Yeah. We know that fans can say some, but if one of those players has had a bereavement in the family, or they've got some issue with a fan is going to pick that out and shout it. And if they get if they just catch that. Then it's in their head. Then they're thinking about that and not the game.
That was my first point. That was before the game. After the game,
you've got no excuse.
I can't remember what game it was now. It was a few weeks back, and my boy said, "Can we wait for them to come out afterwards?" And I said, "Well, yeah, of course we can. It's not a problem." Got and stood in by the barriers. Now, if you know the Amex, round by the east, you've got the kind of the big open shutter, right? They get taxied from there to the car park, which is genuinely less than 100 metres.
Yeah, it's so close.
They bundle them in.
They didn't used to.
No,
they bundle them in. This is quite recent. But again, this is quite recent. And I just think, if you've not got 5 minutes, but I tell you what, and credit where the club is due, because Brighton do a lot of events and we've been to Halloween events and Christmas events, and they do a lot, so I will put that out there. They do brilliant
training and all those things.
But that 5 minutes, when that genuinely will make my boy's day or 100%. Life and things like this.
I'm with you, mate.
Fair play to Hertzler. He came out and walked that. And yes, he was mobbed to a degree behind the fence, but I think,
and some players still do it. They choose.
Some players do.
So
the only one that came out. Because I think he's a little bit older, a bit more of an old-fashioned footballer, not the modern game. But I think players just get told now, just like you say, don't get people get in your head, and people will say different things.
But after the game,
they're almost too protected. What they're protecting them from after the game.
Before the game, you might have all of that, there. But after the game, there's no one's going to wait there for 2 hours. To just shout something silly.
No, exactly.
Right? They're waiting there for 2 hours because they want the ball signed, or because they want a selfie wearing a shirt.
Or just to be acknowledged.
Acknowledged and
for a wave or something.
Oh my God, if you're your kid being wanting, very good on the ball, but wanting to be a keeper, you know, the Ruggen comes out.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that's all he's thinking about for the next year, the next 2 years, the next whatever. That could make the difference between him then. I
don't think it's the players. I think they're told. For obvious reasons. I get it. It's a big game, and it's it's a Premier League.
I like that
excuse.
Like I said,
some players do rebel against it.
No one's going to sit around for 2 hours to give you abuse. If you're going to sit around for 2 hours after the game, you're going to sit there you're going to stand around in the cold
there
for the right reasons. You're there for the right reasons.
Well,
and if these players, they used to, because I remember the Man United game. When the first Man United game that I ever took my son to, who was a Man United supporter, and we could only get tickets in these stands before this was 4 years ago, before I had a season ticket. And the last game they played Man United, and they beat Man United 4-0, I think it was.
On this day, actually.
On this day. Then the following, and then it was the first home game of the next season. Well, I'd taken him. But we'd gone there early. We'd gone and watched Ronaldo. All we wanted to do was just see Ronaldo come off the coach, and we were taking like photos, and everyone was just going.
It was a big thing, wasn't it? It was like Ronaldo
playing at the Amex. And we got to go and see him. But then coming out, because they won, and it was such a big deal, all of my son's friends wanted to hang around. And we'd come with them, so it's not like we could go. Oh, we're going to fuck off. We had to wait. Like, so he's just like, oh no, Dad, I just want to go. I want to go. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you know, it's a big deal for them. And at that point, I said, look, how many times has Man United beat teams like this, right? And he was like, yeah, loads, right? And then you get to, as a Man United supporter, you get to look back at your history and go Champions League, Premier League, this, that, and the other. You know, there's teams that, you know, that Man United supporters beat, like maybe Barcelona. They would all be there waiting for the team to come. They would wait for 2-3 hours after the game. That's just what they're doing. And he went, yeah, fair enough.
Let them have their moment.
And every one of the players, but they did it after every game. They would shut that section off. All the players would walk down.
Well, they don't do that. They used to. Back in the Championship, they used to, when my son was sort of probably 6, 7, 8, maybe, but in those, and they used to come out and walk that whole section down from the East Stand. There was a reception in the East. And they'd walk all the way down to that car park, and they would stop, and they'd have pictures, and they'd do, you know, we've got Joe my son was a goalkeeper as well, and he got a picture with Casper Ankergen when he was really small, and then we actually recreated the same picture when he was like 21. We just randomly bumped into Casper outside the stand. We're like, we have got to do this again. So we got the two pictures side by side, but you know, he had easy access to the players all the time, and they willingly did it. Now I get that they've clamped down on signing and stuff because people were abusing that. Sadly, you know, it's sad that it gets stopped because of that, but people were abusing the system, auctioning stuff on eBay. So I get that.
So what? They can do it anyway.
Put some guidelines in on that. Fair enough. But it shouldn't restrict the access.
I don't care.
I think
for the 4 people that are going around different, they want to do that to make money. For the 4 or 5 people that are going around every stadium in the fucking country getting stuff signed so they can sell it, who gives a shit? Because 30,000 people were there to actually watch you, shout and support you. Be there for them. Who gives a fuck about the?
I agree. I don't know the minority dictate the politics.
The media train, doesn't it? And like you say, you know, people like shouting abuse and doing this. But mobile phones is probably another one as well. You know, like look at the Carragher situation when he spat. If a player is caught doing something, and especially with AI nowadays as well, I get it. I understand it. They're protected from that.
Yes.
But like I said, you know, kudos to the club. The club do a lot for the kids and lots of signing sessions.
They do.
Half-term sessions, Halloween parties.
More than a lot of clubs do.
And they've been brilliant. Brilliant. So, but that's what.
But it is still.
West Bromwich Albion won the EFL Community Club Award.
And then got 2 points because of it.
2024 season, 2024-2025 season. So, you know, we do quite a lot. We would do more than most to win an award like that, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, you don't win these awards for nothing, John.
It's about the only thing we've won for a fucking while, I'll tell you that. And they docked us 2 points for it. So
that's what you get for being nice. You see, 2 point deduction.
Yeah, put your headphones on. Tell the fans to go fuck themselves. They can suck it, as far as I'm concerned. They don't care how old you are. They'll just push them out of the way. They just don't even go near them.
Modern football, eh? It's changed.
Yeah, AIs, man. I know you've mentioned AI. Would like to. So I was watching this thing on online, and it was just this like woman talking, and then I was thinking that, and then all of a sudden I saw like a thing, and she put a hand up to like brush her hair, and her hand went from having like 5 fingers to 6 fingers, and it was really quick. But my God, it was like
5 fingers. Are you sure?
No, but it was real. It seemed like it was the most real thing. I did think, but she didn't have a Wolverhampton accent or anything. Start off with, and but it seemed like unbelievably real, like an actual person just talking about this thing. And then it wasn't until you kind of go, well, hang on a minute, what was that little glitch? And there's even stuff where people put in loads of stuff online at the moment about like someone changing a tyre on their car, and then a tiger runs and jumps over and grabs them and drags them into the. And then you watch it and you go, oh my God! And then you go, well, hang on, how did you just get through that 6 fence? Well, but they just drag them through a fence, and as if the fence has just magically disappeared for just for that. And all of a sudden you just go,
question
what on earth are we?
The next thing you're going to tell me is that Dream Team and Harchester United wasn't real, and it was Chelsea Stadium.
I don't think that's maybe that Spurs. Your season is AI. You're not actually.
You're actually wish it was.
You're actually trying to get fourth in the Premier League at the moment.
The AI, it's a worrying. What's real and what's not, isn't there at times?
Yeah. So. Elon Musk with his little robot doodahs that he's making, the Tesla bots, whatever they're called. He was asked in an interview a very serious question, which was what would be the capabilities of these robots in say 5 years? And he said, well, for instance, you could. He said, well, think of like the greatest ever surgeon that would. That's ever been, that it would be dwarfed in 5 years by these robots. And he was saying, well, what would you? He said, well, what would you advise people that are going into the medical profession? He said, unless it's for personal response reasons, don't.
Yeah. It's a changing world, isn't it?
Well, you go to San Francisco now. This is. I did Google this as well, so it's true. So obviously. So I looked into it, but anyway. So San Francisco now is almost entirely like cabs and things, driverless cars. So and then London are trying to. So the same company that run that are trying to get London to sign off on driverless cabs in London now.
We were in Florida earlier in the year, and there's driverless Ubers. I like my roller coasters. Disney. There's lots of driverless Ubers, and I just think my wife's went, I ain't getting in that. I'm not getting in that. I don't trust it.
Just something blocking. Yeah. I mean, I get that. I get the reaction to it, and I get that people will be slower to adopt it. But you think if they've got the technology right, which they must be pretty sure they have to release it across all these major cities, then surely it's got to be safer, really, because it cuts out the human error, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, Christ, I can see what they did in San Francisco, because people probably leaving their handbrakes up all the time in San Francisco, rolling down the big fucking hills.
But you've got. I mean, like it's just this thing about.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like as far as if I was going for an operation, yes. If there was a robot that could do it 1,000 times better than any, and there was because there's no error. But then if something does happen that's unexpected, is that robot then able to cope with that all of a sudden change? Is it just like this is this and this is this and this how it works, and I do this and then you're done, off you go? Whereas if a surgeon is doing something and something else is wrong, or unexpected bleed happens or something.
Nick or something.
Well, not that the robot would deal with the nick because they wouldn't do the nick. They'd be very precise.
Yeah.
But you don't know that you're being cut open to have an operation. That there's other things happening that may cause that to change. Even body temperature can change.
The monitoring.
An operation.
Yeah.
Well, is a robot able to cope with those kinds of changes during an operation? Are we going to see? This is why I wanted to bring this in. So, are we going to see if this is the case? If a robot can go and do surgery 1,000 times better than our greatest ever surgeons, do you think we would see that in AI or artificial intelligence in sport?
I mean, I tell you,
to what degree?
I tell you one place I can definitely see it coming in, and I would actually love it. Refs, just get rid of them. Get rid of refs. Get rid of linesmen.
So
bring in the robots, mate.
Well, you've already got VAR, which is ruined by humans. Drawing the lines and offset, all those offside rules. But it genuinely can be used in the likes of something like baseball or cricket, where it's a definitive. Baseball is a definitive. This area is a strike.
Yeah.
If you're sat there with a camera, the robot can go, yes, a strike.
Yeah.
But how would
that could work?
Yeah.
If it would have to make the sport better.
Yeah.
To come in. So how would that make the sport?
Technically, there's no errors.
It cuts out any.
It's an opinion-based refereeing, or human is always opinion-based.
Yes.
And this is why the referees are
so aided by technology, but still opinion.
Yeah, but we're talking about officials and refereeing and rules. What I'm talking about is actual, like what sport could you bring in? What sport could you take out the human element of and replace it with a robot, to say, that would make it more exciting? And do you think it would ever happen?
UFC.
Robot. That's another thing I used to watch when I was younger. Robot Wars with Craig Charles, and that would be. If you could have like bots fighting, and it would be like gladiator times.
That would be quite cool.
You could could anyone ever win? You could literally bring
indestructible robots fighting each other.
You could literally bring back like the whole like gladiator auditorium thing, but without actually having human blood spill.
Loads of microwaves in the audience.
But then there's boxing.
Yeah, you could play golf against the robot technically.
Yeah,
but would it make? So this is a good thing. Obviously, you said about improving it. Would it make a sport more boring? So if it's so precise with an action, let's say golf, for example, we can go put that ball there and it just goes tish.
Yeah, I think the only thing that
because it's the human
like something along the lines of any sport with a net in the middle, so you could sort of go table tennis or tennis or like anything like that.
Yeah.
But if you had that element of it, then the most exciting thing about like table tennis or anything like that are the rallies, right? Yep. When you get a rally going, everyone fucking loses their minds.
Yeah.
Well, surely if you're playing against a robot's playing against a robot,
never ending.
I wouldn't say it's never ending because there's certain capability. That robot is thinking all the time, and it's thinking what that other robot's capabilities are. But to get that going, you'd have to have a good few. You'd get some really good rallies.
You would, yeah. We talked about obviously the driverless cars. They did do an F1 race, which was.
F1 racing.
They did a driverless one.
Driverless rally racing.
Yeah, one of the cars with the F1, it went straight off the track, didn't it? It went straight through. And obviously, it was quite a good spectacle to watch. But it wasn't as exciting because it didn't have that human. I can jump and late brake and do this because it was so programmed in that it just took every corner as.
Yeah, but then you can program it not to be so precise, I guess.
Turn one, no braking.
Add a bit of jeopardy into the situation.
Well, you're going to make rules in F1. You're going to make rules like, your cars can only be this. They can only have this much power. They can only go this way. You can't change things during the. Everything has to be planned in. So,
but the Olympics are like a heptathlon. You have to build a robot that can do all
of those things.
Yeah, so you might have a good strength for the shot put, but it's got to be light to run.
Are people going to watch it if the human isn't there?
I don't think so. You see, I think in that I can see it working in, as I say, officiating to make that precise and remove error. But I think the moment you remove error and the human factor and the human endeavour from sport, it becomes meaningless, because
do you know what I think the biggest thing
what people want to see.
Do you know what I think the biggest thing? Yeah, and part of that is, do you know what when I was reading this, I was watching a few of these things, and like I said, I looked into it a little bit and I went through it. But do you know, after about 3.5, 4 hours of reading articles and looking through different footage and stuff like that, and listening to different people speaking, do you know what I came down to? There's no celebration.
No.
You know, sport is about winning and losing, and part of that is celebration.
Yeah.
In those moments.
Yes, you know, João Pedro running and jumping into the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, there's
the McAllister penalty.
Penalty.
Yeah.
You know, I can mention a ton of them over the years about, you know, Chris Brunt firing one in over the top of Liverpool's defence, and Wenge fucking landed on it. You know, but that celebration of it I think with AI goes, and that's
the unpredictability, because you kind of remove some of that passion. Robotic.
If you know, slamming your racket into the ground because you're pissed off.
Imagine if it's a robot that loses it and starts taking,
and that's all part of sport, isn't it? And that's all very human. That's
or
all
even
very
like,
human.
do you know what, in tennis as well, like things like tennis, but you know, the ball gets hits one of the ball girls.
Yeah.
They go over, they're all like, "Are you alright?" They give them the racket. It's that human element of it that I think you can't possibly take.
I don't think
that's why I think all of this AI thing's got to be.
It's not going to play too big a part in sport.
Controlled a little bit.
I think they should stick to delivering pizzas in Sunderland.
Yeah.
As we have mentioned previously.
Jonathan Pearce back and just get Robot Wars.
Robot Wars. Yeah, I think Robot Wars would be fucking amazing. I think UFC style Robot Wars thing is about all you could do. I don't even think it would work with boxing, to be honest, because I think boxing then would be too predictable.
Is it Real Steel?
Real Steel.
That was based around that. Was it? He controlled it, wasn't he? So
but even that, the human element in that though. It's just basically you controlling something that's 5 times bigger, and still a spectacle.
Still controlled by human hands. So to speak.
I suppose you could.
If you imagine that without the human element to it, again, the film is nothing. It's a nothing film.
True.
It's quite a sweet film. You know, guy loses contact with his son, a bit of a shit father, makes a reconnection, blah blah blah, and it's all through this bot fighting doodah. But without that human element in there, it's a shit film.
We found a niche in the market. If anyone wants to start crowdfunding for that.
All right. Well, I mean, but that's basically where I'm at with it. I think the need for celebration, the need for feeling down. It's good. Sometimes it feels good to feel down, you know. And then
you need to experience
you have a shit match.
Bad moments.
You have a shit match against Newcastle, but then go and smash Wolverhampton Wanderers about 4-0.
Well, let's hope that is the case.
Sorry,
absolutely. I mean, let's hope
4-0.
Let's hope so.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And anyone that does support Wolves out there, that it's going to. I mean, I don't think there's about 24 subscribers now. So
there's enough to fit. There's enough to fit in a shipping container.
In a shipping container. I do know what as well. I messaged my cousin did take the piss out of me a little bit about West Brom, and then I did say to him, don't worry, we'll be able to visit your fan zone next year. And he was, and then the sort of embarrassment emoji was like,
quieten down a little bit.
Quieten down a little bit there. But and then he's not seen the Brighton fan zone, so I sent him pictures of the Brighton fan zone, and he was like, "What? Like, what is it?" He doesn't write what the fuck. It was like.
The terrace is incredible, isn't it?
It's a bit of an upgrade on what the old Dingles have got.
And he was like, "Oh my god, that's seriously!" And I was like, that's
an Amazon warehouse.
It's fantastic. You can go before the games. Obviously, it's a good atmosphere. Then you can go after the games. If you've got a 3:00 kickoff, you can go there afterwards and watch the football. The next
I mean, how hospitable are we? We even let the away fans hang around and drinking the terrace. I mean,
it's all money in the profit, though, isn't it?
It is.
Tony Bloom is a genius.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is. It's a great model, isn't it? I mean, they want people to stay at the stadium for as long as possible.
In the Premier League.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Speaking
of Tony Bloom, did you see the Hearts game where he was obviously caught on camera celebrating?
Yeah,
he then went out and had a pint in the local pub with all the fans, and he's got a good thing going there, isn't he? I think. I mean, obviously, I couldn't care less if they win it in the nicest way of saying it. I'm not a Hearts fan.
Sure, yeah.
I hope they do win it because the Tony Bloom investment. It's not Rangers, it's something different, isn't it? It's a Leicester season or what have you.
Yeah, yeah.
And what are they? Two wins away, I think.
It's really, it's 2 or 3 games. It's about the same as the Premier League, isn't it?
I think
There's
2
or
or
3
games.
games.
They've got Celtic on the last game of the season.
Yeah, that's right.
But Celtic have got Rangers this weekend.
Yes.
So
I don't think it's
in theory.
I don't think it's.
They're really close.
I don't even think it's a Leicester moment in Scottish Premier League football. I think what they've done with that club and what they're planning to do with that club is make them contenders every year.
That's definitely the aim.
I think the way he does it, I think the way he does it, the way he controls things, and the way he puts things into fruition is really fantastic. I don't know what no one knows exactly what's.
It's the algorithm, which lots of clubs have tried to replicate, but no one's found it.
Their top scorer is the guy that only played in the lower leagues in Portugal.
Claudio
Braga. That is one of the. I don't know the whole song, but it's a great. They've got all we need is Claudio Braga. It's the best song.
That's good.
So no doubt he'll be at Spurs next year.
Just to end with, didn't a new song come out of your Newcastle? You were saying about Newcastle.
It did. You're gonna.
Copenhagen,
you know what?
Leverkusen, wasn't it? Yeah.
What was it? Yes. Take me on a trip I'd like to go someday. Copenhagen, Leverkusen, and Marseille. I really want to have Thursdays with you. Super Ferdy Caddy or glue.
Yeah, I like that.
No doubt when that's sped up 100 times by the away fans, it's going to be a mouthful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. You can see it. There was a smattering in the away section that started singing it, and it kind of caught on, and people are singing it on the train, but it's one of those that gets a little bit lost. But I think it's one that everyone will get on board with.
The Matoma. That's good, but it just takes too long.
But that was Zoom as well. And no one knows when the actual go bit is. Oh no, shit! Next verse. But we just mentioned Ferdy there. Yeah. Probably for me, the player of the season. The awards are now live to vote for. Are we going to strategically vote for the player of the season, because naturally they usually leave the club?
This is true.
Or are we going to go with someone different? But Ferdy for me has to be up there. Player of the season.
I think he is. Pascal would be in the mix, but he came in later in the season. He hasn't had the full season, as he said.
But for what he's done since
I would still put him in the mix. But for me, for consistency over the course of the season, Ferdy, 100%.
JP has to be in there as well.
Yeah, Van Heck has not done too much wrong.
Well, but just for the goals he's scored.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, for me,
it's going to be his best season.
I'm always singing Van Hecker's.
JP.
For me, I think
he hasn't done much wrong.
I think player of the season, goal of the season. For me, it's Matoma.
Yeah, we discussed some Matoma.
The goal.
We talked about this before.
At the end of the season. So basically, right. So we're actually coming up close to this. So you need to. So we do our own little awards thing.
Yeah.
But it's like slightly obscure stuff, isn't it? It's not. We don't stick to the same thing, but we do have goal of the season.
A little Albion out.
And my goal of the season for the whole season last year was Matoma
against Chelsea.
Yeah, the takedown, the
takedown, the way he brought it down on the outside of his foot, but played it inside. Everything about that was genius.
Always remember where you are in those moments. And I remember booking a trip to France. It was probably a half term or something again. So I was on the boat. Made sure I booked it early enough that I could get over and watch it when we were in a hotel, whatever, in France. Boat was delayed by about 3 hours. Sit there and watch it on your phone on the boat. sort of got into the car just as we were about to offload, and my son was like, "Can I hold the phone?" He was like, "Yeah, of course." Obviously, I listened to it, so I could know what's going on, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And obviously, then Matoma scored, so I've gone and started celebrating. And like the boat's just trying to dock, and this car's just going flipping like this. Everyone was thinking, "What is going on here?"
I just remember being there and just Verbruggen. I just sees him, and just you see this ball just going forward as if it's nothing, and then all of a sudden everyone goes like that, and they see Matoma running in on it. Now, bearing in mind, I'm this end of the pitch looking behind, so I see Verbruggen. I'm like in line with Verbruggen, hitting the ball. So we all go like that. Everyone goes to look at it, and then you see it, but you don't really see it from that angle.
Yeah.
And
it's a
you
goal
all
that you have
go
to
wild
appreciate
at
later.
the goal, but then afterwards, when you see it on like Match of the Day and online, and you see
it was the same from my vantage. I
didn't really get it. Car was getting the noises that were coming out. I think people were thinking, "Hang on a minute, check on these two in the car."
I mean, but he's up there for this year against
the Spurs one.
Against Spurs.
I was saying just before as well. To talk about the Newcastle game in general.
Yeah,
that goal against Newcastle, the one touch,
as a team goal,
in yellow, a la Stoke many years ago. The one boom, 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 and a finish on his left foot as well.
It really was. That one. It's a little bit more under the radar, but I think in the mix at the end of the season, it's got to be up there.
Yeah.
It was as team goals go, and the finish was sublime. I mean, I don't know where Jack pulled that one out from because he couldn't hit a barn door.
The goals that he should have scored that he hadn't, he perhaps that one away.
I think we did. What did we do? We did we did Manager of the Year, Player of the Year,
Manager of the Year,
Goal of the Year,
for sure,
Club Goal of the Year. So you get to pick your own Club Goal of the Year.
Yeah.
We did Moment of the Year.
Moment of the
Year doesn't have to be like the winning goal in the Champions League. It just has to be that thing.
It's a very, very broad brush.
Just makes you go absolutely fucking mental.
Yeah.
Mine was the Man United. Was it against Man City? Wasn't it, or someone? Can't remember who it was against now. It was a European game. And they were all going like, and it was, and then they started
the Maguire winner in the last minute.
And Maguire
winner,
but it was the way that it's one of those things where the pundit gets it right exactly the right time. But he's taking it down the left hand side. He should whip it into Maguire. And it was like, it made everyone just go. And I was watching that at home with my son, and he's a Man United supporter, and we were running up and down the hallway, just going absolutely insane. So there was things like that. That's when we say moment of the year. That's what
it could be related to anything.
It could be related to any football.
I've got to say this. I don't want to preempt anything here, but anyone's going to struggle, right, to beat on moment of the year to beat the York City 113th minute winner to take them into the Football League.
It's going to be
tough. Lino was getting it right. It looked like it went over the line as well. No VAR to rely on there, and a good decision get him in the Prem.
Yeah.
The last other thing we were just saying about moment of the season could potentially be Brighton qualifying for the Champions League ridiculously.
Yeah.
But we were just mentioning to Steve in the break there that Liverpool play Villa next week.
I don't know. No, wait. Your moment of the year of Brighton getting into the Champions League. That would have to be Brighton scoring a goal in the 90th minute against Man United.
Oh yeah,
you can't just go. Yeah. Because Villa won something and they did. Oh, by the way, what's the score?
Liverpool basically play Villa next week. So they could essentially beat them and be a few points clear. Liverpool played Brentford on the last game of the season, with Brentford potentially in 6th, needing to lose that game to qualify for the Champions League, because the European final was before the last game of the season. So Brentford could go into a game of football needing to lose to secure Champions League football to make sure Villa finish above them.
Seriously, if they win, go into the Europa League. If they lose, they get Champions League.
It's insane situation. Do you want me to double check the scores?
Oh God, yeah.
We haven't seen that. It's so which one should we start with? Villa. It is currently the 51st minute and Villa are winning 1-0. Ollie Watkins.
So that's a what? So 1-1 in aggregate.
The other game, Braga did go down to 10, as we discussed before. They are 2-0 down, which also means they are 3-2 down in aggregate. So Freiburg, currently, as we stand, Freiburg are in,
which is good for
Villa Forest.
Which is good for Villa and Forest.
Yeah,
I think they're the worst of the teams. So.
Is a... I mean, it's stalemate at the moment, 1-1. We'll start with we'll leave the Palace one to the end. Vallecano are 1-0 up away at Strasbourg, so they're currently 2-0 up, seemingly on the way to the final. Crystal Palace are currently 2-1 up. So 5-2 on aggregate.
That's game over. That's game over. Sure.
Yeah, that should be game over now.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
We shall see. But I mean, as it stands, potentially 10 English teams in Europe next season.
That's mad. But obviously, we stand to benefit from that. So great. I'm all for it from that point of view.
But yeah,
we could finish quite as low as 8th. And
I think any kind of European football is great for us.
Same. I agree. Yeah.
At least,
I can say this because she doesn't watch it, but it is just a slight shame that I booked my wedding day on the 2nd of June 2027, which is the day of the Europa Conference League final.
I hope we're not in that one. I hope we're not in that one.
Yeah. I mean, I would be shocked.
See, it's the wedding venue here. We've cancelled
And believe it or not, we're getting married in Turkey. Where is the Europa Conference League final? Yes.
Is it in Turkey?
It's in Turkey.
Oh, so it's well thought out.
Is it on your wedding day?
On the wedding day.
It's on the day.
On the day. Yeah, seriously, I shit you not. Yeah.
Does the stadium hold weddings?
Whereabouts in Turkey?
It's scheduled to be in Istanbul, right?
Where are you getting married?
Oh, a very long way from Istanbul.
Yeah, but where are you?
In the south of Turkey, in Kalkan, very close to where you go.
Yeah.
Which I can't remember the name of it for the life of me.
Hang on. Wait,
it's about an hour away from where you went on holiday.
Yeah, wait, I'll check my invite.
Right.
Oh, hang on.
We haven't done that yet. We haven't done that.
It says I posted it out.
I must have lost that.
But this is a very recent thing, okay? But if the stadium,
Cheryl, just me. And it ain't about all of us.
Luckily, she didn't watch it either.
I'll pay for myself. I'll pay for my own to get out there and everything. They expect anything apart from just to turn up and get drunk and embarrass
Is it a Thursday night? Because the podcast needs to be done, obviously. So
I'm triple booked, man. We could do it. Hey, that would be awesome. We could do the morning. We could do the morning party. Well, we've got to. Steve's got to leave.
You're all invited.
We're going to stay. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, you thought it out.
If it's close to where you are, I'm just going to stay with my mates. I won't even have to pay for a hotel. I'm going to stay with my dad.
Listen, I've got all the dates. If we get Europa League, that's all right, because that's the 26th of May, and that's in Frankfurt. It does mean, because I'm in Turkey technically the week before the wedding, that I will have to fly from Turkey to Frankfurt, but that's fine.
Yeah. Right? I say every May half term I go to Tenerife. I work in education, so I have to take my term time holidays, obviously. So naturally I'm going to be flying from somewhere in the Canaries to there, whatever the final is, regardless. So, and I think my wife probably will watch this, but we're going. I don't
care. West Brom is so far away from anything like that. The
FA Cup final.
But they're not going abroad for that, are they? The closest they're going to get is their holidays this season. No, look, none of them. I don't think any of them even play for international teams at the moment, which is actually poor for us because we normally have a few.
We got a few,
the closest we're going to get to Europe is any one of them going on holiday during the World Cup
pre-season tour.
So no, it'll be all down to you lot. But
we'll do our best. We'll do our best.
3 games.
3 games to go.
3 games.
3 games to go.
Pressure's on.
Starting with rock bottom Wolves at home at the Amex.
Exactly the sort of game.
That we like to trip up. Only game I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And you'll probably end up losing.
Oh,
sorry.
Don't say it.
It happens. You're like West Brom.
Is it at this point where you start kind of like match betting against yourself and go and put
at least I might
on the result? Right, at least either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you are a worlds apart, far better team, and should absolutely batter Wolves. They're right.
Should.
They're taking. In fact, the way that their team is set up is perfect for Brighton to go and absolutely destroy them. But you're Brighton, so you'll basically get to the last game of the season. You'll need all 3 points, and you're playing Man United.
That's the game we'll win.
They're going to say we've got a good
Let's hope so.
but we should see. We should see.
Not that but look, at the end of the day, Man United have got nothing to play for now because they've got
everybody's secured Champions League.
Leeds are safe and Wolves are down, but pressure's on us, I suppose. We need the result.
Yeah. All right then. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you on the next one.
See you next time.
I will try my best to do this editing and sort